Good morning everybody, thank you for tuning in on this crisp, very crisp, well not very crisp, but crisp winter morning at a place that you might recognise if you have been on the channel for a little while, and if you haven't, there's a link below to a video that I shot here approximately a year ago. This is Swaledale in the Yorkshire Dales. This particular point is called Wain Wrath Force. It's rather spectacular. Now the time is 10 approximately, and I've been out for an hour or so already getting various shots, and I've arrived here a few minutes ago. I got here roughly at the kind of time that I knew that this cliff face was going to light up with the morning sun, because the sun kind of rises over the hills over there, and too early on that's just in shadow of the hill, but when the sun hits that, heck, it's amazing. I do love this scene. It's quite frosty, and we have a wonderful carpet of leaves that have picked up the frost down here. It is incredibly nice. For this shot, I thought I'm going to get the leaves in, so you can probably see I've got the camera very low down there, shooting across there, so I've got the foreground of this retaining wall here as it kind of sweeps around. I've got some of the frosty leaves down the bottom, and because I've got a very wide array of focus points here, there's some close stuff and some far away stuff, I've done a focus stag, or I will do a focus stag. I've shot this as two HDRs, one with a focal point quite close, one with a focal point on the falls themselves, and I'm going to merge those in Lightroom and Photoshop. Probably I might use Aurora. I might use Aurora. I've noticed Aurora does a better job of HDR blending sometimes, and the reason I've done an HDR here is because there's such a huge difference in the light levels down here as opposed to up there. So I've got my three-stop I think it's a three-stop variable ND on here, and that's combined with a polarizer. This is a KNF one. I do have Lee better quality ones in my bag. I might use those in a moment. Get an idea of the composition there, and indeed the shutter speed and aperture. So I'm running at f10, 1.3 of a second approximately, and I'm using touch focus. So right, touch focus there. F10 will get everything in shot that I need it to, and I'll touch focus back there. And I'm aware that the video isn't showing just how azure blue this sky is right now. Photographers often don't like blue skies, but when they're as blue as this, and it's a blue winter sky, and I've got to say, it is spectacular. There isn't a cloud in the sky that I can see anywhere here. It is, it's glorious. It's a wonderful winter's morning. But just getting a bit of that at the top of the frame has helped me kind of get some definition to it. And because I've got a polarizer on it, it's bluing it up quite nicely. Although it's not blue, it's not crisp blue yet, but it will be. And I think this is going to be quite a nice little shot, and here it comes. Hope you like it. Let me know in the comments. One of the things I've become very keen on in the last kind of 6 months or so, in actual fact, ever since I bought the lens, who'd have thought it, I've become very interested in macro photography. And I do love macro photography outdoors. It's great doing it in a studio, but I struggle to find inspiration in a studio. I shouldn't, I know, but it's easier to walk into the great outdoors and find something. And on a day like today, when you've had a reasonable frost overnight and you've got this carpet of leaves, they're everywhere. These compositions are absolutely everywhere. So just down here on the carpet of leaves, low down, legs splayed wide, centre column nice at an angle, I am focusing on a cute little seed in the leaves. The detail is very, very nice, and of course it's lovely and frozen, and it's, well, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. There, let's pull back. So it's there, and very close to it, as you can just about see there. I'm going to shoot it at a number of different focal points with touch focus on the LCD screen here. And I'm going to pop that up on screen for you in just a moment. I do hope you like this. I think this is very lovely. I'm going to go for most of the thing in focus, with a bit of fall off at the background there. So we're shooting this at f8, just a few focus stacks in Photoshop. So I've got the seed itself on a third line. It's not on a third cross point intersection. That would kind of just push it too far out of the kind of eye draw me to this kind of position. The camera is already in HDR mode, and I'm going to leave it there because it just gives me greater flexibility. I'm set at f8, and I'm just going to touch focus this because I'm using my macro lens. I've got a very shallow depth of field on this, so I'm going to touch focus on the ball itself, and then I'm going to touch focus on a couple of the leaves around it. And now I've done that, I think that f8 is probably too high. I'm going to just put my hand in the way there to get a separation shot. My knees are killing me. Hold on. Right, so I'm going to do this at f5.6, so I've got more of a focus fall off on it. Again, touch focus on the ball itself. I'm going to touch focus on a leaf further back. And I'm going to do a few so I can select which ones I use. I knocked it then, I think. And let's do another one there. Because it gives me more flexibility when I get back to Photoshop to put these together and create the image I want out of it. Because obviously I can't just come back tomorrow and shoot this again. Obviously, I can't just come back tomorrow and shoot this again. Well, the eagle-eye amongst you will have noticed that this isn't the same shot. I did come back and shoot it again, but not it. I couldn't find the same seed. And I came back because I absolutely muffed up the first shot. I just didn't have enough focus stacks and such. It was a nightmare. But I'm pleased with this, and I hope you like it. wanting to get over to this little island in the centre of the swale here. I've just never had the footwear, but as you can see, I've got some wellies this time. There's been quite a few people over here, I imagine, either that or someone very illustrious. You can see these stone towers that have been built over Lord knows when. But I wanted to be able to kind of get a little further down here and shoot back with them. But these stone towers kind of getting in the way, which is a shame. So I've ended up having to do a treacherous walk across icy and very slippery, otherwise slippery, partial riverbed to get here. And I haven't broken anything yet, but that is a yet. So I'm going to find a composition looking over these stones towards that. Unfortunately, the light's getting quite harsh now, so I'm probably going to have to warm it up a little bit in Photoshop to kind of bring out what was there an hour or so ago. But yeah, let's see how we get on. So I've found a composition for this shot. I've got, oh heck, it's so slippery. As you can see, I'm in the river, and these rocks are very slippery. So this composition is a vertical. I've got the rocks in the foreground with the waterfall in the background. It's quite a nice composition, but again, because I've got so much focal point range in here, is that the right word? It's probably not. I babble. I lose worms everywhere. Anyway, I've got a nice big foreground, falls in the background, and a huge dynamic range. So I need to shoot this again as a focus stack. I'm going to focus stack possibly 3 shots here. I might not use them all, but I'm going to focus stack, and I'm going to shoot them as 3 brackets using the camera's automatic HDR bracketing system. We've got the light, the sun, shall we call it, really coming over the hill, and it's just lighting the tops of these foreground rocks. It's achingly gorgeous. I've got here at just the right time. It's wonderful. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased with this. It's a lovely, lovely little composition. I'm very pleased with it. Right. Oh, I haven't been this happy with a shot for a long while. Not in the back of the camera, anyway. Right, let's go with this. Let's pull this up. So we're going to shoot this. I'm going to do F10, and I'm going to put this into the 3 brackets on the camera. F10. Touch focus on the closest rock. 2, 3 shots. Oh, I haven't played with the polarizer. I must do that, but I'm going to continue shooting these shots for a second. 2 shots, 2 different focal points. I probably don't need 3, but I'm going to do 3 because I do not want to get across that riverbed again over there. That was horrible. I've left all my bag over there as well. I realise you can't see me. I realise I keep getting out of shot. I'm sorry. So yeah, if I was going to fall, I was going to take out only the camera and what I was carrying, and not the rest of the equipment in the bag. Right, I'm going to play with the polarizer. I'm not noticing a lot of colour change. There, I think it's about best. I'm not picking up the azure blue sky, which is a real shame. I might do in the in one of the brackets. I'm just going to stick my hand here. There we go. Right. Let's do this again. 1 shot there. Well, it's not 1 shot, it's 3 shots. Another in the mid-ground. Oh. And another in the background. God, I hope that works out. And if it does, if it doesn't, it's coming up on screen now. Let me know if you like it. Click the like button down on screen somewhere if you're enjoying the video, and subscribe, tell your friends, all of that kind of stuff. Enjoy this photo. So that's all from Wain Wrath Force for today. I'm going to head back to the cottage, I think, and pick up the family. Hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you very much. Comment, like, subscribe, all of that kind of stuff, and crucially, share the video. If there's somebody you know that might enjoy what I've been doing here today, let them know about it, and I hope to get some subscribers and such. We'll see you on the next one.